vodka sauce. It's an ancient recipe that's been passed down from generation to generation over hundreds of years from my ancestors that came from Italy. Oh wait, hang on. This just in. Vodka sauce was invented last century here in the United States. So that's wrong. Oh, what, something else? I'm not Italian. I'm not your father either.
Wait, what?
Our ingredients for this recipe: 1/2 cup of butter, 1 onion, which we're going to dice small, 3 cloves of garlic, which we're going to crush, 1 cup of vodka. Use good stuff. If you don't drink it, don't cook with it. 2 28-ounce cans of crushed tomatoes. Get the good ones. 1 pint of heavy cream. 1 package or 5 sausages of mild or sweet Italian sausage. You can use hot if you want a little spicy. This is optional. The main sauce recipe does not have sausage in it. We have 2 teaspoons of parsley, 1 tablespoon of basil, and 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. And to tie all this deliciousness together, Cavatappi pasta. It's my favorite. Corkscrews with a hole, little texture, perfect. It's the best. First thing we got to do is cut up our onion. So let's cut up our onion. We're going to use this beautiful knife from Scallywag Tactical. The link is down below in the description. I highly recommend it. Beautiful feather pattern. Doesn't have to be a perfect dice, just get them dicey. Next thing I'm going to do is brown up the sausage. So we're going to get this skillet nice and hot. We'll put a little olive oil in it just to give the pan a little lube, and then make it nice and golden brown. When you're cooking sausages like this, you want to let them cook, flip. You don't want to let them sit on one side too long or it'll burn before it cooks. Now fear not, these are going to go a full rotation twice. If there's any ASMR fans out there, this is for you. These are almost done getting their suntan. And these little brown bits that are in there, those are going to stay in the pan and get incorporated, and they're going to intensify the flavor. All right, so I think I made enough of a mess over here. I'm going to take these guys out. Like I said, they're not perfectly done. They're not completely done. See all that flavor in that pan? That's all flavor. Now what we're going to do is drop in our butter. Before that gets too sizzly, I'm going to add in our onion. Let that butter melt. Now there is a lot of fat in this pan. There is a lot of liquid in this pan. We're going to add some more liquid and tomatoes. So let this cook down. That brown that's on the bottom is going to come up once we put the vodka in. It's going to deglaze the pan, and all that flavor is going to come up and get us. There's still too much fat in this pan yet to make that delicious brown bits fully dissolve. Now again, using the sausage is completely optional. You could have skipped that entire step and gone right to butter and onions, but you wouldn't have this deliciousness from the bottom of the pan. And I mean, come on, it's Italian sausage, it's delicious. And those bits will break up as we continue to cook. Now these onions themselves are starting to get brown, so it's just about time to throw in the garlic, let that cook for a minute, and then add the vodka. We'll let this garlic cook for about a minute or so. You want the flavor to open up, but you don't want to start browning it much. All right, now here is an important tip for safety, because safety first, right? This is not a professional kitchen. I don't have a professional vent hood. I'm adding strong alcohol to a pan. So what I want to do is turn the stove off for a minute. 1 cup vodka. Do svidania. It's incorporated. We'll turn the stove back on to medium heat. We're going to let this cook for 10 minutes. Periodically give it a little stir. Now you can see that stuff has really come up from the bottom. Come on and stir it up. Little Raji, stir it up.
That's not going in.
That's not going in?
That's not going
Oh, that's totally now going in, especially with you saying it's not going in.
It's definitely going in.
Thanks, Squish. A little more than halfway there. It's looking like it's a little thicker. The alcohol's cooking off. Now remember, the alcohol doesn't completely cook off. A little bit stays in, and that's really what we want. All right. This is looking nice and delicious. It's thickened up. It is time for tomatoes. Can number 1. Can number 2. Hey Raj, what am I going to do?
Stir it.
I'm going to what?
Yeah, stir it up.
Little darling. Now we want to mix this and incorporate it as much as we can. We still will see a little bit of oil. As this cooks, the oil will emulsify with the help of the alcohol. Now, one of the reasons why vodka sauce came to be, the alcohol works as an emulsifier between the fats in the butter and the oil from the sausage and the fats in the cream, and help it combine with the tomato sauce, which is more acidic and water-based. Now we're going to set this on low, put a cover on it, and let it simmer for 30 minutes. I almost forgot. Herbs, or for you, Maddie, herbs. And if you're the Maddie I'm talking about, then you know what's going on. And if you're not the Maddie, then it's not for you. We'll stir this so it fully incorporates. Ooh, time for a food science lesson. What do you think, Raj? Food science lesson?
Food science.
Food science! Food science time. Okay, so I added the herbs in the beginning. Why did I add the herbs in the beginning? Because they're dried herbs. They have to rehydrate, and it takes time for their flavors to come out. If we were using fresh herbs, we would add those at the end because they don't need that rehydration period. Now you know. The sauce is almost done with its first 30-minute simmer, so now's a good time to remind you, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. I take requests. If you want to see me cook something, put it down in the comments. Hit the little bell, do all that stuff. Takes 30 seconds and it'll help us out greatly. Please. Also, down there in the description, get your mind out of the gutter. Down in the description is going to be the full list of this recipe with everything you need. The ingredients, step-by-step instructions. So we got you taken care of there. You don't just have to get it from my pretty face. Although, the longer you watch, the more I love you. So our 30-minute simmer's done. It's thickening, it's cooking. It's delicious. I know it's delicious because I cooked it. I mean, I know it's delicious because I tasted it. This is a good tomato sauce as it is, but it's not good enough. Let's make it good enough. Ooh. Heavy cream, kids. Gonna turn this beautiful red sauce into a nice light pink sauce. So that came together nice. Now you could stop right here and add it to your pasta and it'll be fantastic, but we can't just do normal stuff here. We need to take it to the next level, so we're going to do that with the sausage. We're going to cut that up in just a second. We cut up our sausage into, oh, light's terrible, into discs. Going to add that. This pot's getting a little full of deliciousness. Got it in there. Stir it around. Actually, let's give it a little taste and see how it's doing. I don't mean to brag, but that's really good. And it's going to get better in another 23 minutes and 46 seconds. Yes, I use timers. While that's finishing its second 30-minute simmer, I have a pot of water over here I'm going to let boil for that perfect cavatappi pasta. So this isn't the quickest recipe in the world. It's simple, but it just takes time. 2 30-minute simmer periods plus the prep and everything, you're looking at an hour and a half, but it's so worth it because the end result, the flavors are just so incredible. Patience takes...
Food takes patience.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to leave this in. Food takes patience, and patience is worth it. Yeah. Second simmer period's almost done. Our water's boiling. Time to give the cavatappi a bath. Very important. Very important. When you put the pasta in, you got to stir it right away or it's going to just stick in one big pasta clump, and you don't want that. Raj, what am I doing?
Stirring.
You're not going to sing it?
Stir it up.
Here we go. Now that the pasta's in, we're not going to cook it for the full amount of time. We don't want completely done pasta. We want it just before it's the al dente, where it's, you got a little stick into your tooth action. And the reason why you want to do it that way is because you want the sauce to finish cooking it and it'll absorb the flavors from the sauce into the pasta. Just trust me on this. I may know what I'm talking about. Or maybe not. The pasta is now done. Before we take it off, I'm going to take about a cup of the water out and reserve it onto the side. Let's give it a drain. Pasta's drained. Do not rinse it, please. You need that starch on the outside. It's going to help. Don't rinse your pasta. What we will have to do is transfer the sauce to this other pot because it's not going to fit if I don't. Gently, because you don't want it to splash too much, which it will. A little scrapey. All right, let's set this bad boy over here. We take our pasta, we dump it in. Some of it goes on the counter. That's for me. Now we'll return it to here. Put on a medium-low heat. Squish just asked a good question. Why did I save a cup of the pasta water? Good question. Just in case, as this is simmering up, it gets too thick with the pasta and the sauce. You add a little bit of pasta water, it'll thin it back down and still have flavor. Let's give it a stir and see how it's doing.
Wok.
No.
Okay.
There's vodka sauce in this house! Vodka sauce in this house! It's now done. We didn't need to use any of the pasta water, so we're good there. But let's plate it up and give it a look. There we go. So there you have it. Beautiful, delicious Cavatappi alla vodka with sausage. This is my favorite part of the whole thing, where I get to stuff some of it in my face. So look at that. Ooh, how's that look, Raj? Okay. Nom nom. Get some of the pasta and a sausage. Some more pasta. It's hot. Too hot in the hot tub. It is so good. So good. Make sure you use quality tomatoes. I can't stress that enough. So there you have it, folks. Vodka sauce with cavatappi and sausage. Absolutely delicious. And I would like to point out that we have all 4 major food groups in this: sugar, salt, fat, and booze. We'll catch you next time.